Hello everyone, welcome to my first video on YouTube. My name is Utkarsh and I am going to share 6 things which I learned from my JEE preparation. So the first thing which I learned is the right way of studying. So till class 10 I never used to take my studies seriously. I always used to find some probably shortcuts to pass my exams, so I didn't really learn anything new from my studies. But as soon as I entered class 11, I saw there was a slight increase in the level of studies. Now you no longer had to memorize things as you had to in your class 10th. In class 10 you have subjects like history, geography which don't require a lot of probably brain. But now in class 11 all the subjects were quite new to me. I had to change the way of studies. So in the JEE exam you have to solve moderate to difficult problems. There are easy problems as well. But you have to have a great understanding of the concept. You cannot just study it on a very high level, you just get an idea of what's happening and just sit for JEE. No, that's not happening. You have to have a clear idea of the concept. You cannot memorize at all. You have to understand each and everything. Why is it happening? How is it happening? You have to analyze each and everything. So I learned how to analyze things, how to understand things and how to apply my knowledge on problems. That's the first thing that I learned from my JEE preparation. Plus, I learned the art of solving problems, the art of solving difficult problems. In JEE Mains and JEE Advanced, there are quite a lot of difficult problems which appear. So you have to learn how to tackle those difficult problems, and at times you may have to leave those problems as well. I actually understood how to tackle those difficult problems, how to approach them. See, before my class 11, before I actually started my JEE preparation, I actually started my JEE preparation in class 12. I didn't have the amount of time which most of my friends had. I didn't have the luxury of time. So I had to manage my preparation in less than 9 months. So like I told you, before class 10th, you did not require much of deep thinking. You did not require much of concepts. You just had to memorize the things before the exams and just write it there. But now in case of JEE, we have to have a very deep understanding of what's happening. You really cannot do with just shallow understanding of topics. You have to get deep into things. So that's where I learned how to analyze things, how to look at things in a very logical manner. That's the first thing that I learned. Secondly, it's a very important thing. I learned how to apply the so-called jugaad, which we call in Hindi. Fixing difficult things, fixing complicated things in a short time. So in JEE, you cannot really solve each and every problem the way it has to be solved. You have to, at times, for some creative ways of solving the problem. Like for example, in physics, you may have to analyze the dimensions. In coordinate geometry, probably you can substitute the values into the equation. You can just apply such things. So I learned how to actually apply jugaad and get through the exams. Though I don't recommend applying jugaad while you are preparing for your exams, but during your exam, you may apply those in order to save time, because saving time is very important, and that's where my third point comes in. The third point is, I understood the importance of time. I understood how important time is for a JEE aspirant. Now, if you are preparing for JEE, which seems really far away from now because of this COVID situation, if you are preparing for JEE, you know the importance of time, you know how important time is for you, and you very well know what all can you do if you are given a lot of time. Now let me tell you, as I told you earlier, I didn't have the luxury of time which most of my friends had. My JEE preparation was less than 9 to 10 months, effectively. And in the last months, you are in the pressure of examination and all those things. So effectively, I had 9 to 10 months in which I had to cover up everything related to JEE Mains, JEE Advanced. Plus, added to this pressure was the pressure of boards. I had to appear for my board exam in the same year. I had to appear for my JEE Mains and JEE Advanced in the same year. So I had to manage my time really well. I had to efficiently manage my time. I could not afford to waste time at all. Being a regular school student, it was even more difficult for me to save time, because going to school kills a lot of time. Now if you go to school, if you are preparing for JEE as well, you very well know how difficult it is to manage school with JEE, how manage school with coaching, school with boards and all those things. So I'll make a separate video on how I managed school and coaching both, because it's a vast topic, it requires a lot of discussion. So coming to my discussion, I was telling you how I managed to save a lot of time. Now I used to travel to school by metro, so I actually figured out which door of which metro came near which staircase, so that it saves the time of me walking from the door to the staircase. I also was aware when I was aware of the metro timings, I was aware of the bus timings, I was aware which rickshaw wala will be available at what time. So all these things helped me actually save a lot of time. And saving time is the most important thing, right? If you are a JEE aspirant, time is the most important thing that you may have. You cannot afford to waste time. You have to save each and every second of your day. The fourth point, and in my opinion the most important point for me, is that I unlocked my true potential. I actually realized that I can do a lot more than what I thought I could do. I had this habit of underestimating myself before I started my JEE preparation. I always used to think that I'm not made for all these things. I will not be able to do well if I try to. That guy is better than me, that guy is better than me. So I always used to compare myself to others. I always used to think that okay, he's going to so and so coaching, he's going there, he's taking a lot of tuitions, so he might be a lot better than me. But that was completely not true. I actually realized that I could do much better, but as I realized it was too late. Actually discovered that I am able to solve problems, I'm able to solve difficult problems, but as I told you, I had really less time. So when it was too late that I realized, I always think I should have got more time. I'm not complaining. Never ever make this mistake of underestimating yourself. But at the same time, don't overestimate yourself. You have to know your limitations. You cannot say, okay, I have 5 months and I'll get All India rank 1 in JEE Advanced. No, you don't really have to get false hope. Don't get into this trap of listening to people who will tell you that, okay, everything is possible. You'll be able to crack JEE Advanced with a rank of probably 100 or something in a matter of 1 month. No, that's scam. People just mislead you. Stay away from such kind of people. They'll ruin your life. They'll ruin your preparation. So that's what my advice to all of you is. Okay, the fifth point, and again a very important point, which I realized, that there is no alternative to hard work. Even if you are the most intelligent guy, the most smart person of your class, you still will have to work hard. There's no alternative for this. Having said that, I also realized that hard work is a vector quantity. Now what's a vector? Vector is something that has both magnitude and direction. So hard work, which is directionless, hard work without direction is completely meaningless. Like a vector is meaningless if you don't specify direction. It's just a quantity. So if you don't work hard in a directed manner, if you don't work hard in an organized manner, it will have no meaning. You'll just be tiring yourself, you'll just be straining yourself, and you'll not get any result if you don't work hard in an organized manner. So that's something you have to note. The sixth point, and again a very important point, is that I learned how to handle failures. Now you're not going to get 360 out of 360 every time you appear for a mock test, right? There will be times when you don't get results. You're putting in a lot of hard work, but that hard work is not reflected in your results. That's going to happen. That happens with almost everyone. I've seen many people getting demotivated by that. So you have to learn how to handle those failures. And personally, JEE preparation gave me this power of handling failures. You should not get demotivated by failures. You should not get overwhelmed by success. Both of these things are dangerous. You need to balance both success and failures. Once you are able to strike this balance, you will be able to do much better. So that's something, again, a very important point. You need to handle both success and failures. And handling failures is something that's not very easy. You have to learn how to tolerate demotivations. Actually, in engineering colleges, for example, my college DTU, most of the people study a night before examination. And you cannot study books this thick before an examination. You have to devise strategies to study in a targeted manner. So that's what I learned, and I realized that I'm able to cover my syllabus like in less than 1 day or 2 days, and again score really good marks in my examinations. That's a superpower which JEE preparation gives you. You are able to cover a lot of syllabus in a very limited amount of time. So if you think that you like this video, do give it a like. and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.